Guys, welcome back to the channel, the Studio Raised Boys and Toys, and check it out, we got another product here, guys. We're going to be looking at the Ninja coffee maker. Now we're going to be doing something a little different, all right? I'm pretty much going to be introducing my daughter. I consider the expert in coffee making. She used to work for Dunkin Donuts, and she has a little more experience on coffee making and making coffee. So we're going to bring her up. She's going to talk about it, and I hope you guys enjoy this. Again, Boys and Toys, welcome back to the channel. Let's like, subscribe, and let's get into the video.
In my experience of using the Keurig versus this device here, this does have a lot more parts to put together and take apart. It is more customizable in terms of what type of drink you're trying to make. I know the Keurig did have some cold features, but this one I feel like is a little more close to what professionals may use. I'm not an expert, but I did used to work at Dunkin. I would say if I was a barista at a more graduated coffee industry like Blue Bottle or you know, something like that, I would say, yeah, I'm an expert. But from my knowledge, this does come out with really good quality. Personally, I didn't like the Keurig as much as everybody was going nuts about it, because although it was the top of the line when it first came out and it was very popular, it wasn't eco-friendly, and I'm gravitating towards eco-friendly. But most of all, the quality of the coffee matters. Like, I drink La Colombe and Blue Bottle and mostly Starbucks if I want to just be like a standard. But in terms of quality, I feel like that's what matters to customers the most, and ease of use. Keurig was easy to use, but these ones do, it's pretty straightforward. So there are a couple settings here which you can choose your amounts and what type of drink you can make. I do like to point out that this one does recognize or acknowledge like travel mugs with multiple serving sizes, and I'm a college student, so oftentimes like when I'm in my library studying for like 12 hours or like don't really stop much, so it's important to pack up your meal and pack up your coffee in multiple servings, and for you to be able to make that with the same quality is not always easy. So I do like that feature. I think that's really something to acknowledge here. But in terms of how rich you can make it, I think that option that's available is pretty cool too. We're just going to be going over the basic features, what types of drinks you can make, and then how to use it. We can mention in the end some ways you can up your coffee if you're trying to make a fancy coffee at home for quarantine purposes. I know you guys are missing your drugs, aka fancy coffee from Starbucks and stuff like that. So, okay guys, so this is the machine outside of the box. We're just gonna go over some parts and where they go and how they work, and some of the key features about this machine. Here, as you can see, is the craft, which you can remove. You do have the option to fill that halfway or fully. That is going to be shown on your little device where you measure the amount of coffee that you're going to make. We'll zoom in on that one in a minute, but you can really use this to make sure you get an accurate measurement of the strength of the coffee grounds and how much you want to put in, which is really easy. So a lot of people think, oh no, it's not pre-measured like a Keurig, so it's going to be hard, but it's actually really easy, especially the diagram that they use on here. It's very intuitive, and yeah, it's convenient for single drinks or full or half craft. Here you can see the water remove, similar to the Keurig machine, but it's much smaller. I also do like that it's measured and it shows you how much water you need for each thing that you'll be making. You can fill it up as much as you need to, because the machine already knows how much water to take when it makes the correct serving of your choosing. So you can fill it up past half craft even though you're only trying to make half craft, for example, which I thought was nice because you don't have to try and measure the water and measure the coffee. So this little piece for convenience and tidiness, which I think really does matter when you're thinking about how something belongs in your kitchen, you can actually fit it into the side here and it stays there. So there's no losing that piece, and there's also a built-in frother. which is cool because some days that you do want a fancier coffee, you can froth your milk that you're using for your cold or hot coffee. I found that when I used to work at Dunkin', the steamer used to pump out hot steaming air in order to heat the milk and also foam it up. But what you can do while you're waiting for your coffee to brew, so you're not wasting time, while it's brewing and dripping, you can heat up your creamer or your milk in the microwave for like 15 seconds and then stick it in here and press this button a few times and it'll froth and mix that milk and thicken it. But it's nice that after you remove it and you clean it, because this piece does come off. There it goes, right there. This is what it looks like. So that comes off, you can clean it, put it back, and then after you are done using it, you can just tuck it in to the side. So another piece that does come off really easily is when you open this up, you have two separate filters and containers for your basket. So this goes into here like so. This big piece, or these two large pieces, go in there, and then it swivels around nicely like that to fit in perfectly. After you've scooped your coffee, you can go ahead and make sure that this is not on drip stop. You want to make sure it's on drip so that the coffee can come through into your carafe. Let's say it's finishing up and you just made your cup of coffee. This actually, one thing that I do like about this machine is it beeps when it's complete. So while you're waiting to get, or while you're getting ready for work and waiting for your coffee, if you are multitasking, you can hear the beep and then you can go ahead and put drip stop if you want to remove this craft and let's say serve it for breakfast and you won't have to worry about the mess. But you can also do individual cups, like we mentioned, different size, different types of coffees. So this part comes out like a tray or a holder, and then this cup or whatever cup you're trying to use to make your coffee will go inside right there. The no drip is good for this purpose as well, so it doesn't touch that hot burner down there that keeps the coffee warm after you complete your brewing. And you do have other options here. Let's see, we can do, just so it lights up so you can see. So this is one cup, one individual cup, and I would have that on there like this. And then you can do an extra large cup, one travel size mug, depending on the ounces. And then here is the one that I mentioned before, which is a multi-serving cup. So if you have one of those travel mugs that hold 2 cups or 2 servings of a drink, then you can do that. There's the half carafe and there's the full carafe. I do like that it lights up, and this is actually, it has a little like a haptic feel to it. Okay, so we just brought out some of the different sizes. In case you're at home and you're wondering, do I have a cup that even fits this size, or what this option would even look like? For the smallest option, I would say it's a small teacup like this. And it's, as you can see, about 6 to 8 ounces can fit in here. The next size up, it says a cup, a mug as well, but it's a extra large. So it says XL, but really they just mean a larger cup. So this one can usually fit about 2 servings in it. It's pretty thick. And then the next option would be a travel mug, your standard travel mug. This one, this size, or about like how much it would fit, is a good example of that. And then this would be your multi-serving travel size mug, is going to be your multi-serving mug. As you can see, it fits more, double the amount as the travel mug does, the original one. And then this is your carafe right here. We usually use this when we're making coffee for about 3 people or 2 people that are going to have multiple servings back to back. Or just more than that, we had a full one when we had like 5 to 6 people having brunch or breakfast. So there is the classic option, the rich option, and the over ice option. Classic is like your classic brew. It's not overly rich, but it's just the way that normally coffee lovers will take it. But people who do like it a little stronger can do the rich option. I personally prefer this one. And then over ice, you can do over ice as iced coffee and add water to your brew, or you can do with milk and do like a cold latte. So you could do a cold froth as well and then use that over ice option to do like a cold latte, but like a fancier version with foam. There are some specialty options here, which makes about a 4-ounce concentrated version of what you're trying to brew. So that you can put over some hot foam, and that would be kind of like an espresso, you can say, like a cappuccino or hot latte. This option here is called delay brew. So here you can actually set the time after you set how much. Let's say I want to do like a regular standard amount, and then I do a rich brew. Now I can do the delay timer settings. So like, let's say I want to set a time, and then in the morning this will brew at a certain time while I'm still getting out of bed, which is really nice because then you really feel on top of yourself and prepared. You have more time for yourself in the morning rather than setting it up. I thought that was really cool. It helps for when you do have a busy morning or you have many things to do at the same time as brewing your coffee.
All right, guys, this is a review of the Ninja. And again, thank my daughter for helping me out, bringing out this video and lending her expertise about this coffee maker. All right, I'm gonna tell you as a guy, I like it because it's just so convenient. Again, she highlighted the scoop part as scooping up your coffee. I'm telling you guys, this is so convenient. When I make the coffee for my wife, it's a no-brainer. All right, and I like about it because it's always here. I'm not looking for any type of measuring cup. Scoop or whatever. It's right here. This thing is ideal. And again, you guys out there trying to save some money, go with this one. The K-Cup machine. It was good when it came out. It's pretty much fat, but I think if you want to up your game, pick this up. Very reasonable. Check out the link below. If you're concerned to pick this up, there will be a link below, and that link will be affiliate. And you do purchase it, it does support the channel. All right, guys, thank you for joining me. Studio Raised Boys and Toys. Thank my daughter Mika for helping me out. Like, subscribe, and we'll check you out in the next one. Later.
Later.
All right, guys. I hope you enjoy that. Again, this is the outlook, or not the outlook.
Okay, outlook. Okay, so. I'm not kidding. So.